What'd he do?
I'll tell you the story. So my daddy was digging a ditch. This was back in the 60s. They were digging a ditch down Highway 70.
Uh-huh.
Remember, Martin Luther King did that march to Memphis.
Right.
The hometown that I'm in, the 40 runs into Memphis. And where they were digging the ditch was, it so happened Martin Luther King and that whole team of people were walking. My brother stopped what he was doing and started marching with the people.
Okay.
So my daddy noticed Blackie wasn't there. And when he noticed the crowd of people, he knocking people down like, where the fuck my son at? And they were like, man, we're here for peace. And he's like, right here, daddy. So he snatched his ass up.
Yeah.
And they were like, you don't have to harm that young brother. He's marching for a purpose. He said, man, fuck you and that purpose. His ass is at goddamn work on that white man's time. Fuck you and march your ass where you got to go. Black, get your ass over here. We're going to talk when we get home.
Yeah.
You do not. And it's one like, I don't know why you cussing at that baby. That baby's just trying to march. This is the whole story they tell.
Hilarious.
Trying to march for justice.
She doesn't get it.
He said, you flat-footed bitch.
Say that again.
He said, you flat-footed bitch.
God.
March your ass down that road. And the man was like, don't talk to her like that. You narrow-headed fucker and you flat-footed bitch. No, I don't know what the fuck to call you, you onion-head fucker. Get the fuck away from me and my child. So then they all was arguing with my daddy. I ain't no flat-footed bitch.
Right.
And then my daddy was like, you look like you going to jail today. So they had to go because I guess the government had issued,
Yeah.
They basically was marching for a purpose, but they did march through Carlisle. So the point was, when the crowd got settled and they marched their ass down the road, Blackie's punishment was to learn about the United States judicial system, anything about Congress and the Emancipation Proclamation and why our forefathers signed that. And he needed to explain every signature on for real.
Wow.
I'm not lying. I can call Blackie. One day we'll call when we do a podcast. I will have Blackie do the whole thing live for you.
Wow.
He don't know how to use Google. He's not going to cheat. He can do it. He's like, yeah, daddy that was my punishment. I had learned the Emancipation Proclamation because I was jumping in the Martin Luther King line. So he learned that because he jumped because my daddy said he could have got killed. Like it could have been a sniper. He was trying to explain that to my brother at that time. Yeah. And then, sure enough.
They were trying to kill him.
Because you didn't get in. And in our town, the Klan walks down the street freely. So you can't get in their civil rights.
Right.
So back then.
And you don't want to be associated.
There you go.
Even though you believe that like he's doing something great. It's like, hey, look, I live here, guys.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't jump in this march.
Yes.
Because now the people that I'm cool with.
Yes.
That I'm just getting along with. I don't like the situation, but this is where I am. I'm not moving.
But my brother was just my brother was being sneaky, just trying to march in the line, trying to be cute.
He's too young. He doesn't understand.
And he was on the job with my dad. They were paying for my brother to work that day and my dad.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like he was still in time. He was just trying to get my brother back into working because they were the people he worked for were assholes. They try to find any little thing.
Oh yeah.
With them, but the point of
they were digging ditches, right?
Digging ditches.
Yeah.
But the point is, our punishment was either you had to sing a song, learn an instrument, or read. And the main thing was reading. Mm-hmm. So his is where the red fern grows. So that's why he named the dog Annie, named after the character. And he was like, dummy, remember the red fern grow? I'm like, I never read that book. And we all brought up what was our punishment. So my punishment for listening to all that crazy music in his eyes, I had to learn 3 songs from Mozart, where he grew up, how'd he die, his whole life. And I still remember most of it to this day. His name is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. His wife is named Constanze Weber. He wrote the Requiem Mass for his father who passed away. He grew up in Vienna on a little small town of Salzburg. And the Requiem is wrote in a D minor because that's my favorite part. I like the Requiem in D minor. And he also did the magical flute, and he originally wrote it in Turkish, but he was let me take that. He wrote it in German, but the Turkish and the Austrian people felt that the German was too sexual. So he had to write it in Turkish. It's only in a little bit of German. And he died of syphilis in a pauper's grave. He played the harpsichord, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I had to learn.
Memorize like his biography, kind of.
And my daddy would have knew I was lying.
Yeah. Did you have a book on him?
I had to go to the public library, and
Okay.
he's like, Miss Smith, you already know why she's here. Yes, book, you did that back in 52 with Po Boy. You brought him right in here, and it wasn't even a colored library. No, I'm serious. I swear. But we now, Mr. Book, back then we broke the law for you.
Yeah.
I mean, Miss Smith, I understand that, but this one was listening to them cowboy.
You hadn't met my daughter
Yeah,
yet.
she was listening to where all them cowboys. I don't even want to know where the hell they went. They probably. I heard that song. It didn't sound right neither. Yeah, baby, you going over there in that corner, and they just started reminiscing. And then she said, "I almost lost my job," and she was old.
The
then.
same librarian from 52. Yeah.
Because it used to be the Carlisle High School was what's weird was originally in the property that I lived on. So the reason why it was so big, it used to be the first black school for black kids at Carlisle, and they tore it down after segregation and did it to where they all could go to school together.
Right.
But the same people who grew up with my dad and both of my grandfathers have stories for all of them. Mm-hmm. So just me being a kid and listening to them say, you remember that time that man trailer caught on fire and you tried to put it out and my husband locked the well up? Yeah, I was mad when y'all did that. But we better now. He's like, yeah, Book, we're better now. And it's like, they talk about all types of racial stuff, and it's like, it made me scratch my head the older I got. Like, damn, I'm in a town where they all grew up in a time when tensions were bad, but they still got along.
Yeah.